Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Chapter 4. Let's wrap it up. We're talking about the different organelles, the different cellular structures that we find associated with eukaryotic cells. We just got done talking about mitochondria and chloroplasts and talking about how they were probably once free-swimming bacteria. Let's talk about the last couple structures of cells, and these are cilia and flagella. We've talked a little bit about flagella before. Remember, the flagella is like the tail on a sperm cell. We know what sperm cells look like. They got the little head and the long tail on it. The job of the flagellum is basically to be propulsion, locomotion. It's a boat motor. The flagella spins in a circle like this and pushes the flagella through the water. The flagella pushes the cell, sperm cell, through the water. Cilia are more like little fingers. The difference between flagella and cilia is like a Buzz haircut, and flagella is like a ponytail going down your back. Flagella are short little structures and that have a couple of jobs. Flagella's job is simply just to move the cell. Cilia's job is, it can be attachment, as in those fingers can be like spikes and can dig in to tissue to hold on, to keep the bacteria from getting washed away. Or it can also be for, again, locomotion, for propulsion. The difference between flagellum and cilia is that flagella push from the back, and flagella and cilia pull from the front. It's like the difference between oars and a boat motor. The boat motor's at the back and pushes the cell forward. The cilia reach forward and push back and drag the cell through the water. Cilia versus flagella. This shows little tufts of cilia. Again, short hair-like structures that generally you find them just completely covering the outer surface of a cell. Not always, but usually. Versus a flagellum. A flagellum, flag means to whip, and so flagellate means to whip. So a flagellum is a whip. And this is the head of the sperm cell, this is the tail, and the tail is the motor. The tail's job is to be a boat motor. It just spins in a circle like that and pushes the cell through the water. Our last organelle would be like the cell wall. We find cell walls in plants and fungi. They're made out of different things in plants and fungi, but they do both have cell walls. It's a rigid outer layer, and its job is to protect the cell against drying out, to protect the cell against damage, and to provide support. Remember, plants have to stand upright so they can get close to the sun, right? Get higher up. And that's the job of the cell wall, is to provide structural support to hold the plant up. And as we said before, that the cell wall is mostly cellulose, mostly sugar. That's it for Chapter 4. We'll see you again in Chapter 5.